Hi, Rob here. Welcome to the IELTS writing course. In this lesson, we're talking about getting ideas. So, getting ideas for the task 2 writing, the essay. So, a lot of people say that they have big problems with getting enough ideas to answer the question, especially in the test environment where there is pressure and there's people around and there's a clock ticking. So, these things can make it difficult to get enough ideas to answer the question. That's our goal, of course, is to answer the question. So let's just remind ourselves about what you need to do. So this is about task response. How well do you answer the question? Unfortunately, most people do not answer it well or clearly. So you need to do that. Let's have a look. An 8 presents a well-developed response. 7 presents, extends and supports main ideas. 6 presents relevant main ideas. So ideas are important, right? Addresses the task only partially, so they didn't answer the question for a 5. They only half answered the question. 4 presents some main ideas, but these are difficult to identify and may be repetitive, which means they repeat again and again. Irrelevant, so not connected to the question, or not well supported, so there's an idea but there's no example or result. So that's no good. And 5 presents some main ideas, but these are limited. Okay. And a 3 presents few ideas. Okay. So we need to be able to get ideas, to generate ideas. In this course, we have a number of short lessons about discussing various questions and showing you how to do this process. So you need a process. You need to do the same thing every time that you sit down to do an essay. So this is what performance athletes do, and people who have to perform. They have a process that they go through, which makes them feel safe, okay? So that's what we need to do here. So first of all, read the question carefully. So you need to understand all the parts of the question. And then read it carefully again. So a lot of people read it just once, and, oh yeah, I know what it is. Or I know what the question is, and then they write. But they've missed a part of it, or they've missed a nuance. Nuance means a slight change in meaning that can have a big impact on your ideas. So then ask yourself, what do I know about this? What do I know about this? When we ask ourselves these very positive questions, our brain will help us to find positive solutions. So make sure you ask yourself the right question. A lot of people will sit there and think, oh, I don't know anything about this. Oh, this is not my favourite topic or whatever. Who cares? Bad luck. Stop complaining. Get on with it and answer the question at hand. You don't have time to waste thinking about why this is a bad question or it's not fair or whatever. This is the question, this is the test, do it. What do I know about this? Everybody knows enough. So the questions are designed for anyone with a basic general knowledge to be able to answer them. So you can do it. So ask yourself, what do I know about this? And remember that the question is asking you to use relevant examples from your own experience. So if the question is about school, think about your time at school. Or if it's about university, your time at university. If it's about families, think about your family, your country, whatever the situation. This is not an abstract thing. It's about what you can, the examples you can give from your own experience. And of course you can use I and we, that's no problem. Then we're going to ask ourselves the most simple questions, which will generate ideas. It will give you ideas and vocabulary. So ask what, where, when, why, how, and who. Okay, so this is our brainstorming. So first we brainstorm, then we make a short plan, and then we write. When you have a plan, you feel safe. And it stops you from going off and talking about another something else, something wrong, not connected to the question. So do that. 4 ideas into the plan. As I said, you feel safe. Okay, so this is what it should look like. 1, 2, 3, 4. A list of 4. That's it. It can just be 4 words. 4 words is enough. Just to remind you, oh, that's my idea. Okay. So we don't have to have sentences or just words or short notes is fine. But you need a plan. People that don't plan don't do well because they don't answer the question. So if you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. That's essentially the point. Also try and look at things from different perspectives. So ask yourself, what would my parents think about? What was their experience? What would they think about this? What would my grandparents have said or say? Or what was their experience? Or what about your friends or this person over here? Think about it from their point of view. What would someone with the opposite opinion or view say? So you need to have this mental flexibility. And you need to be able to do it quickly. Let's look at how to do this. So here's the question, which we talked about in the other task 2 lessons. Eating a healthy diet is the most important factor for a healthy life. Notice the question, the most important. So you've got to read this properly. It's not, is it important? Oh yeah, healthy food is important for a healthy life. Okay, but that's not the question. Is it the most important? Okay, so read the question carefully. So we're going to ask simple questions. What is a diet? A diet is the food that you eat. Okay, so now you don't need to write diet. The food that we eat is really important for our health generally. What is a healthy diet? Low sugar or no sugar. Low fat, maybe. So there are good fats and bad fats. No alcohol, unfortunately. Lots of fruits and vegetables. What is a healthy life when you're not sick, disease-free and happy? Do you see? So we've got all this vocabulary already. Where do people eat healthily? In countries with traditional diets. Places where people are educated about diet. Places that can afford to eat healthily. Well, countries with traditional diets, I mean, look at what's happened in many Asian countries since rubbish, junk food has moved in from McDonald's and KFC and all that rubbish. Look at what's happened to people's health. It's had terrible effects. So traditional diets are usually healthy. Where are people healthy? Places where exercise is part of the lifestyle or they live an active life. So country people, for example. People that live in the country are usually very active. They don't sit around and walk around cities or sit at home. They go out and do stuff because they have stuff to do. They have to feed the chickens and move the cows and whatever. Plant their garden and everything. So these are just ideas. We're brainstorming here. There are no bad ideas in brainstorming. When did we start to be concerned about being healthy? Always. We don't like disease and dying. Modern science has focused on health and medicine. Chinese medicine has been around for thousands of years. Why is health important? Without it, we have no quality of life. How do you eat a healthy diet? Eat in moderation, which means not too much. Don't eat too much. Avoid sugar, for sure. Eat fruit and vegetables. Okay. Here are the 4 ideas. From all that brainstorming, I've got my 4 ideas. Unhealthy food and drink consumption leads to disease, obesity, and a likely early death. We talked about this in another lesson, that a list of 3 is a good thing. Exercise is also crucial. Natural foods can prevent and fight disease. So, for example, turmeric for cancer. Stress is an important factor too. If your thinking is negative and stressed, then that's that's not good for you either. Okay, so this is the process every time. Let's look at another question. In some countries, air travel has become cheaper than in the past. Some say this is positive, others disagree. Discuss both views and give your opinion. What is air travel? Flying in a plane. Where is air travel cheap? Many more developed countries. Online. Where do people travel, nationally and internationally? So hopefully you're starting to get more ideas to answer the question. Is it positive or not? In fact, the answer to my 4 ideas come from this part here. Why is it cheap air travel positive and why is it negative? But answering the other questions will give you some ideas to put in your introduction, or it might give you some ideas to support your points, support what you're saying. When did we start flying a lot? After flights and holidays were marketed more, after holiday companies started selling package holidays, after the invention of the jet engine. So that would probably go in the introduction. You might say, since the invention of the jet engine and an increasing global awareness and the marketing of holidays abroad, the number of people travelling has increased massively. Why did we start flying a lot? It's quicker than driving, so to go long distances. Why did air travel become cheaper? Cheaper fuel, jet engines, more global awareness, so also more demand, of course. Why is it positive? More business, more open-minded people. Why is it negative? More pollution, more spreading of disease. It's a bit difficult to find the negatives, but of course when people travel they take their disease with them. So how do we buy air travel? Online nowadays. Flight aggregators. So these are the companies that you say where you want to go, and then they get the prices from all the airlines to aggregate, to collect together. There you go. So again, this is the process. Every time, same process. And this is a skill that you need to practice. So you should spend some time just looking at questions, get them off the internet anyway, and trying to write down 4 ideas. Give yourself 3 minutes, right? I've got 3 minutes now. Okay, what are my ideas? What do I know about this? Okay, 4 ideas, go. That's what you need to do to be able to do this quickly, which is what you need to do. Time is important, as you know. So watch our other videos for about structuring ideas, the right vocabulary, the right grammar. And also there's some short discussion lessons about particular questions, and I'm just basically applying that thought process to writing questions. And then, yeah, practice it a lot. It is a skill that you need. So that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you're well and have a fantastic day.